Hello, hi, I'm Punita here from Huawei Global Training Center, and today we're going to discuss about troubleshooting RF units fault. So let's look into antenna feeder system. So basically, this is related to the antenna management system. So whereby the issues here are related to antenna. It can be related to a pole, connectors, jumper, cable tray, cable clip, feeder, E-node B side, and jumper. So this is end-to-end from an E-node B up to the antenna level. So what are the main components involved here? So antenna system, E-node B, jumper, feeder, connector are the main antenna feeder system. So this is the end-to-end connection. So let's look into what kind of RF units fault that it can occur and we can face. So it is divided into a several segment. So starting from the E-node B side, we have a connection towards the RRU and RFU. So from the ALD antenna fault, this is antenna line device. We can have link failure of the ALD, RF unit, ALD current out of range, or the configuration mismatch. External interference could cause abnormal KPIs. From the antenna feeder system fault towards the jumper, the feeder, we can have RF unit VSWR threshold crossed or RTWP RSSI unbalanced. PIM interference, this one is related to the internal interference. It can cause abnormal KPIs or it can cause RTWP RSSI to become unbalanced. And for uplink channel fault, it can cause RX channel, RTWP and RSSI to become too low. So this will impact on the uplink channel. So these are the main issues of RF unit. So what is the background information? So we're going to look into VSWR, passive intermodulation PIM interference issues, external interference, and remote electrical tilt antennas. So what is VSWR? Voltage standing wave ratio. So VSWR basically is to measure the impedance match between the antenna and the feeder system, also to measure the health status of the system. So basically these are the format. So it should be less than 1.5, the value. If it's more than 1.5, then it's considered that there is an issue. Most of the time, the issue are related to the hardware for the VSWR. So this is the feedback power, out power, and this is the impedance value. So we can perform a VSWR test in an E-node B. So the test results indicate the connection condition between the RF unit and the antenna system. So if large VSWR value is obtained, which is more than 1.5, if the antenna system is improperly corrected to the RF unit, the output power of the RF unit is not transmitted through the antenna but reflected back. A high reflected power will damage the RF unit and the total reflection may break down the unit. That's why we have to treat the VSWR issue as a major issue. So this is the principle of the VSWR test from the amplifier, coupler, duplexer, forward power and backward power. PIM, passive intermodulation interference. So what is a PIM interference? So this is related to the harmonic value. So it also can cause penetration loss, and it's also related to the antenna system. Sometimes it can be caused by the small components like combiners, TMA in between the RF unit towards the antenna system. So it can cause the internal interference, or well known as a passive intermodulation, and it also will cause penetration loss. So basically we have the RX band and TX band. So it can be over the band, over the uplink band, or over the downlink band. So too much of the concentration will cause the passive intermodulation issue. So this is an example of the PIM results. So what is the characteristic of a PIM interference? It can be related to power, non-linearity, and frequency. The stronger the input signal power, the stronger the power PIM product is. For the non-linearity, the stronger the non-linearity of the antenna system, the stronger the power product is. And for frequency, only when the frequency of PIM product falls in the uplink band, the PIM interference occurs. So basically, it will impact on the uplink band. So let's look into the external interference concept. There are two types of external interference: spurious emission interference. So this is spurious. The second one is blocking interference. Q&A session. If a large VSWR value is obtained, the antenna system is properly connected with the RF unit. Yes or no? No, this statement is wrong. The second question, the stronger the input signal power is, the stronger the power of beam product is. Yes or no? This statement is correct. So for this section on troubleshooting RF unit fault, part 9, we have discussed about antenna feeder system, RF unit fault, VSWR, VSWR test in E node B, PIM, what is PIM intermodulation interference, what are the characteristics of PIM interference, and last but not least, we have also understood the concept of external interference. That's all from me. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you and bye.